All right, so we're going to talk about Will Smith and his apologies real quick, guys. Hope you guys have seen this because it's kind of interesting. He doesn't have a whole lot of videos on it, but it's worth watching. He talks a little bit about why he slapped Chris and all stuff like that. And I guess this is from March 27th when, I guess, before the Grammys were happening or whatever, him and Jada getting ready. They take some goofy pictures and stuff like that, smiling and everything. There you go.
All that jump cutting back and forth, yeah.
Yeah. This is him responding. So this was just 2 days ago. He's finally come back to TikTok. He's talking about answering questions, basically, that people have asked him about why he did it and so forth. He's got some good answers. I really do hope that he's coming around and recovering, things like that. I mean, because it's been a tough time for him, I know. I mean, tough time for everybody, but
yeah.
Here he goes.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
Why did he read it like he was
I
on
was fogged out by that
phonics?
point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable.
Yeah.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
In regards to this one, I feel like it's sincere. I do believe him when he says that he doesn't feel like that's the way that he should have responded. I think that you look back on interviews before the Grammys and things like that, he's mentally worn down to a point that it's got to be like rock bottom for him in his head, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that he was acting as himself when he got up on stage and did that to Chris Rock. I think that, like he's saying now, he's taken some time, he's thought about it. But even with all that, there's no going back right now. And
yeah.
I wouldn't blame Chris Rock if he never wanted to be friends with Will Smith ever again.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was acting like Hitchcock then, right? He just he definitely wasn't being Will Smith at that moment, you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it sounds like his apology is sincere, but I just think that, for you to say that no part of me ever thought this is a way to handle a situation like that, but still do it. So some part of you definitely thought, let's go smack Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't be for real now. There has to be some type of anger or something You know what I'm saying? He had for a long time for him to go up and do something like that. That's the way I feel about it. But obviously, you know, your body doesn't do it without you thinking it. So, you know, he definitely went up there and smacked the mess out of him. You know what I'm saying? Chris rocked his ass. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, like I said, you know, to apologize is one thing. To see how you deal with it afterwards is a whole nother. So right now, I mean, he's been missing for 3 months. I mean, people have been waiting for this explanation for a while. So don't get me wrong. I understand there's a time for therapy and getting your mind right and all that extra. But had you not made the decision to do it in the first place, we wouldn't be talking about it. So
yeah, but even still, though, so like I saw Questlove, he posted on Instagram the other day talking about sometimes you just have to take time to think about it. And this is in regards to something completely different. And Questlove was talking about songs. He listened to, I guess, a Beyonce album, then he waited a while to give his like thoughts on it. But in his little explanation or bio or whatever you want to talk about for the post or whatever, he says, he's like, sometimes you have to listen and then wait to give judgment on an album, because it may take time for it to grow on you, and then you can give how you feel about it and what you thought about it and stuff like that. And I think that also still applies when things like this happen. So this was a huge thing that happened on live TV, basically, and Will just needed time to think about it. He had to think about what happened, why he responded that way, what he can do to fix it in his head for himself, and then come around to an apology.
I really don't. I don't know. It took him 1 second to get up there and think about slapping him. I mean,
yeah.
It shouldn't take 3 months for you to come back for an apology. It took him 1 second.
Apologize.
Yeah, that just took too long to me. Yeah, so to me, don't get me wrong. I feel like, I mean, apology is good. Apologizing is good because you know better. But man, like I said, you did that all in an instant, and then you laughed at the joke, and you came back and sat at your seat and watched the show as if nothing big had happened. So
the crazy thing about it now that, you know what I'm saying, is 3 months later, like, your publicist probably told you need to try to get in front of this and try to reconcile the relationship so that way you can make more money, you know what I'm saying, so people can start reaching back out to you about different films and stuff like that. Because after that, he got to understand how much he's lost after that.
I mean, that's definitely true, yeah.
He already signed a $35 million deal for his next movie, so
There's two ways around this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have easily just you reached out to Chris, but you had to make a public apology so people can know where you stand type deal. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keeping it private.
Yeah.
Like, you embarrassed me publicly, so now you need to go publicly and apologize type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, Chris Rock got 10 brothers, so he was gonna get mopped regardless, one way or another.
He said it's 10 of us. We will find you.
He's only got 2 more here, so let's see who this other one is.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something?
Yes.
No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe.
So you say.
I'm so
Twice
sorry
right
to
now,
my kids
watching
and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know,
Still says Afro.
it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. I was just talking about Questlove. He talks about him in this one here. So, I don't care what he really says in this. Jada she probably did not say like verbally but it was like a mental cue to him.
It was a mental, emotional cue at that.
Yeah.
Her eyes rolled and all that extra, and then he just got up and did something.
Letting
stupid.
this cat talk about me like this.
Yeah. So she said something without saying something.
Tupac will never let this.
Tupac.
You think it's summertime every day, and look at him. You better get up there and slap him.
Parents just don't understand.
Last one here. Let's see.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
There shouldn't be an explanation.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
We still friends, Will. You ain't got to worry about that. Will Smith, I know. Let me tell you something. I am a legend too. You don't have to worry about letting any of us down. We know you're human. You know, we know you reacted emotionally, and it's fine. You can come visit us. You can join us on our podcast, whatever. You know, just
come hang out.
Come to our podcast and talk to us about it. It's fine. We'll listen. We'll engage with you.
Yeah.
You know, just reach out to us. Don't let me down.
I think during that moment he must have been singing "Just Give Me the Light" because he did slap the light out of Chris Rock. He slapped the light out of his body.
It's clear that everyone really does care about Will. They care about his mental health. Otherwise, he wouldn't have questions to answer. Exactly. So I think that he's doing the right thing right now. He's taking his time. I am sure that the social media break for him has been beneficial to his mental health, and that probably just continue that. It's good that he came out here though and gave a little snapshot of like how he feels, and to let people know that he is listening. He is aware of what everyone's saying, but he is just taking time for him right now.
Yeah.
So Will, just keep doing you, dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. And I think you are right that people who don't see you as a friend right now will probably see you as a friend again in the future.
For sure.
I don't think he'll always be down regardless. He's still a legend regardless. You know, in that game, what he's done, he's been a legend. Like, I'm just, you know, I think a lot of stuff we say is funny, and obviously, but we all could tell, I mean, just based off the way that he delivered this message, that he was sincere. Yeah. And he clearly wanted to get this thing right. Who knows what that means for their relationship? It may be over with. Like you said, it might be we say irreparable. So it's you know, it really depends on where Chris is at and where Tony and all the brothers is at to get over the bull crap. So, but yeah, still, regardless, we'll never forget somebody got slapped at the Oscars on live TV for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, very true, very true.